Alright, this is the first devlog I'm making for a video game RPG I've decided to create in Minecraft. I have no idea how to do anything YouTube style, so really I'm just trying to shout it out into the void and see what I can make. I want, at least to garner a small audience, but that's not really the goal. Really, I just want to record it and put these things down somewhere in my life. So currently I have a little bit of good-looking things. This is the spawn area. As you can see, it's just a forest, really. Mangrove wood and azalea leaves. You go over here, and this is where the player would supposedly enter the dungeon. It's going to be a dungeon crawler, if you could not tell. And here she is. This is the main system that I've gotten, a little prototype. You probably saw her in the background of the intro? I don't know what I would call it. Currently, it works pretty well. I'm pretty proud of it. We have a few controls here that I've set up for myself just to make everything easier so I don't have to do everything manually. You'll notice there's wool. The wool is what every single tile is. It's set up in 3x3 tiles. That every single one is different. And that's how I do generation, the new /random commands. Every single one of these is the exact same. And that's also the same with down here. They're all the same. Now, if I were to turn it on, you'll notice it takes a second, and I get a lot of numbers in the scoreboard. Those are the armor stands, all individually getting one. There's an armor stand inside of here. If I can show you, you can see it's where it's looking. You can see it's a little arrow. But that's just how the system saves information, the armor stands. But you're probably not interested in that. If you are, I'll maybe make a separate video going over all of it. Really, I want tips from anybody that can give me anything. I can now apply all cosmetics, and then I also have to get rid of the structure blocks. And you will see what the dungeon looks like so far. Currently, it's just based on pale moss and cobwebs. That's all the cosmetics that I really have right now. I think it's pretty good. The player will be given a sword, so so you can't be soft locked or really annoyed by the cobwebs. Everything is generated with randomness procedurally. If you notice, this is a locked off room. There are a lot of those. I'm currently trying to fix that. When the game is actually finished, those won't be there. But typically there are large rooms and hallways, as there are two different types of blocks currently. Light blue, magenta, and purple. I said two because, well, that's purple. Well, purple and magenta are just the same thing. One's horizontal, one's vertical. Currently, this is a pretty bad generation. I'm going to have to restart it. Here we go. Here are campfires. Campfires can be found all around. I can see if I can get rid of... There we go. Here's a much bigger room. This is much better to describe how the actual dungeon is going to look. Cobwebs everywhere, used up campfires that may have chests near them. I'm going to have random loot tables from a data pack. That's the main plan, at least right now. And there are these small doorways everywhere. You've probably seen them. They just lead into other areas when the system detects a full area right here, a non-full area, and then another non-full area. It just go ahead and just does it by itself. It adds a doorway. So most things are planning to be accessible. But yeah, this is basically really all I've got so far. The technical stuff, I can go in another video if this one garners any attention at all. Like I said, it's not really for the attention. I would love to have it, but it is just to write it down, to save this stuff, and what better archive than YouTube? Here are every single cosmetic thing that I have so far that's run by the commands above them, as well as these command blocks down here. And it's just pale moss, and then some campfires. It's a 1 in 48 chance to get a campfire, and it can be any one of these. It's an equal chance to get any one of these. And then the cobwebs, it's as equal chance to get pale moss as it is to cobwebs. You can see all my failed attempts to do things around here. Obviously, this would be a lot prettier of a setup than what I have, but to be honest, I kind of like what I've got so far. I like what I'm doing. I think I'm going to have some mossy stuff eventually in the walls, you know. But for right now, I like what I have. It feels retro. It feels like a dungeon. It feels like something you would see in a 90s game or 2000s game. And I like that. You know what I mean? I like what I'm going for. This is 1.21.11, so it's the most recent version of Minecraft. And I am going to, once I'm finished, set up a world download on, I don't know, everywhere I can find, and see where that gets me. I didn't trigger any of the cosmetics, so it's just going to be a blank dungeon. But look at this. This is nice, isn't it? The new /random command is what basically makes this all possible. I say new, even though it's not the newest, but still it is pretty recent in the updates of Minecraft. But this will have a natural progression system, a dungeon, everything that you like to see in roguelikes. It's mainly inspired by Barony. And if you have happened to seen a video by a certain creator that is a pig, that is my main inspiration for creating this, because he decided to make a dungeon, a RPG roguelike, without using command blocks. And I just thought, that's ridiculous. Why would you not use command blocks? I could do that better with command blocks. But now the real motivation is just to do it. I don't actually want to show anybody better. I think what he's doing is wonderful. I think the concept of it being without command blocks, and only redstone, is, a good challenge. It's not just a challenge, a good concept in general. But anyway, I hope anybody is interested. If you are, you can comment down, and I'll try to respond to everybody. Maybe really the main goal at all right now would be a couple hundred views. And that's pretty generous. Thank you for watching.